نحمد ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب زدني علما. So today we are going to discuss different things about al-fi'l al-mudari. One of the topics I have deliberately left from fi'l al-madi because we want to discuss fi'l al-mudari, then I will discuss some of the points that in some or few cases the meaning of fi'l al-mudari, that fi'l al-madi is means it expresses like the meaning of present tense, like in trade, if there is a transaction that is called in Arabic aqdun or jama transactions uqudun, like bi'tu washtaraitu. I sold, I sell, and the other person sells, I purchase it. Bi'tu washtaraitu. So in the cases of nikah, so such words they may have meaning of present tense, but we'll discuss that. And also what are the identification marks of those things, where the meaning of fi'l al-mudari, that is fi'l al-madi, is of present tense. So I have left this topic, and please remind me once we complete fi'l al-mudari. We'll be going one by one. When we complete all these af'al, like ism fa'il, ism maf'ul, ism zarf, ism al-ala, and others, and also then mahmuz, mithal, ajwaf, or naqis, and lafif, and inshallah whatever. So we'll be completing in that way, and also the meanings as well. So today, first of all, I will give you a brief introduction that we are going to discuss today. Then I will deal it in detail, inshallah. What is فعل المضارع? الفعل المضارع هو ما دل على حدوث شيء في زمن التكلم أو بعده. Means فعل المضارع or the mudari is that verb that expresses whatever happens at the time of speaking, or at the tense of speaking, but time of speaking or after that. So this is what fi'l al-mudari, and we have also learned that fi'l al-mudari expresses two meanings, either of the present tense or of the future tense. Then I will let you know what are the identification marks of such fi'l. Means how can we identify this fi'l al-mudari? We know huruf ataina, hamza, ta, ya, nun, and you know very well. If you don't know, you can ask me question. That this is the construction of al-mudari, that we means ataina, huruf ataina are used in al-mudari. Then there are some more identification marks, but we'll discuss their impact, their meaning, and other things later on. Like there is a harf sin, sayalamuna. Okay, there is a harf sin, sayalamuna. Then there is a word sawfa, sawfa ta'lamuna. So sin is also used, sawf is also used, lam is used. But there is change in meaning. Lam yadrib, lam a'lam. Then there is a word harf lan yaktuba. Okay. So say for example, sayaktubu, sawfa yaktubu, lam yaktub, lan yaktuba. So these four means a sin, sawf, lam, lan. They are also identification marks. Means we can understand that this is fi'l al-mudari. Then there are some awamil that change either the meaning or the i'rab of the fi'l al-mudari. Like fi'l al-mudari has three i'rabs, and you know that, but means we haven't discussed in detail. Like fi'l al-mudari is marfu, like yansuru, yaktubu, yadkhulu, yadribu, yasma'u, ya'lamu, yaftahu, yakrumu. That is what? Definitely marfu. And if in muthanna, yansurani, that noon Arabi after alif, that is what? Marfu, that is rafa. And yansuruna, that is also waw ma qabla zamma is marfu. So yansurna and tansurna, because the noon, that is the alamat of jama, so we definitely jama muannas. So definitely that remains the same. Otherwise, so this is means marfu. When you talk about nasab, so there are four love means words when they come before fa'il muzare, uh, they bring nasab to it, like lan, idan, kai. These are the words. We'll discuss that. Lan yaktuba, lan yansura, lan yakhruja. So this is what the i'rab of al muzari becomes mansoob from marfu. Then huruf jazima, lam lamma, like lamma yatikum or lam yaktub. So that makes jazm. And then there are the awamil that because of such words, the meaning of the fi'l mudare that it changes. Like if we use word seen or sof, that will specify the meaning of fi'l mudare to the future. Okay. If we use lam, the change in the meaning from fi'l mudare to fi'l mazi. Lam yaktub, he did not write. Lam yansur, he did not help. Lam yazrib, he did not strike or hit. So, there are two types of changes: change in the word or the i'rab, and change in the meaning. And definitely when we talk about fi'l muzare, that is al-ma'lum and al-majhul. We'll also discuss that. Say for example from yadhhabu or yaftahu. So what we are going to be, what is the way to make it majhul? The means huruf ataina, they are going to be made mazmum from yaftahu yuftahu, aftahu uftahu, and yaftahu yun saru. Now kalimatul ain will be maftuh, means huruf ataina will be mazmum and kalimatul ain will be maftuh. And when we talk about falul lazim and falul muzare, like yudhabu, then there should be, we also aware that huruf, one of the harf jar is to be used, like yudhabu bi rajulin, yudhabu bi rajulaini, yudhabu bi rijalin, yudhabu bi imra'atin, yudhabu bi imratani, yudhabu bin nisai, right? So then huruf jar are to be used over there. And then if we talk about fel mudare, means if we make them manfi, so what is the way to make them manfi or the negative? So in fel mudare, most of the times la is used. Most of the time la is used. But in some of the time, sometimes ma is also used. Let me give examples from the Quran. What are those examples? Like Allah Almighty says, وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ لَا يُؤْمِنُ بِهِ وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ لَا يُؤْمِنُ بِهِ. And also, ma is used as Allah said, وَمَا يُؤْمِنُ أَكْثَرُهُمْ بِاللَّهِ إِلَّا وَهُمْ مُشْرِكُونَ. And we can also go through various examples. So first thing I told you that what is the definition of falul muzare? Then we talk about ataina and alamat, saufa, sina, lam, lan. Then I told you about passive voice. Then I told you about awamil, huruf jazma, huruf nasiba, when the falul muzare is known as marfu, when mansub, and when majzum. And if there is any amil or awamil, what kind of change they bring. So they bring changes in two ways. Either in word, like they make the word mansub majzum, or they bring change into the meaning. Okay, is that clear? Okay. Now giving you the meaning, but I will share the short notes inshallah by tomorrow before the session tomorrow. I intend to have the session tomorrow at 1 p.m. PST inshallah. So I will share the brief notes inshallah. I have been drafting them, writing them, but they are incomplete. So inshallah I'll share with you tomorrow or even by today inshallah. So فعل المضارع الفعل المضارع هو ما دل على حصول شيء في زمن التكلم أو بعده, right? Like يكتب حامد. So it means Hamid is writing or Hamid will write or Hamid writes or Hamid will write. Then we discussed about huruf atayna. You know this very well because you have been knowing that atayna, ya comes before 4 sigas and ta comes before 8 sigas. Hamza comes before 1 siga and noon comes before 1 siga, and you know that. And then I told you about huruf are the means words. They are the identification marks of Muzare. And what are they? They are like Seen, Sof, Lan, Lam, right? Like you can see Lam Yaktub. So this is what the identification mark. I hope that everything is clear up to now. If you have any questions, you can raise the question at the moment. You're free to ask. Yes? No questions? Okay. Okay, if I ask you a question, in Yansurani, can you identify the noon? Okay, sister, your mic is not working. So you can ask any question in writing if you have any questions. So what is Noon Arabi? I hope that others' mics are working. Sister Rida, what is Noon means after?
Noon before, yeah. Noon Arabi. Yansurani. That
Uh-huh.
noon is noon Arabi.
Okay, very good. In Muthanna, the Noon that comes, that is Noon Arabi. What Arab is it?
Marfu. Marfu.
Yes, very good. Very good. That is Marfu. Means Alamatul Rafa. Okay, good. Okay. So what did I tell you about Fel Muzare Majhul? How it is made? How Fel Muzare Al Majhul is formed or made?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Right, okay. So what's the question, sir? I've just logged in.
Fel Muzare Majhul. Can you answer this question? And just a minute.
What was the question?
How to make fail majhul majhul.
فعل مضارع
Mudare
مجهول.
Yes, how
Okay.
to make.
Yes, my question was, what is the method to form Fa'il Mudari Majhul?
Yes, on the first what do you call it? The alamatul mudari. You put a dhamma.
What are those alamatul mudari?
Atayna.
Atayna, huruf atayna.
Yes.
Huruf atayna. Remember
Yes.
them. Huruf atayna. Yes.
Right. Okay. Is it not can you not call it alamatul mudari? No.
Yes, alamatul mudari, but we can also say that means this is the terminology. Huruf atayna.
Huruf atayna. Okay.
Yes.
And then on the ayn kalima, you put a kasra underneath it. A kasra.
Kasra. How did you learn that? I'm really amazed. Is
Dhamma.
it a new?
Dhamma comes on ya and
Oh,
Fatha
is it?
comes
Oh,
on
is it fatha?
third one letter.
Yes, it's Fatha.
Fatha comes on third letter.
Okay. Actually, I was thinking that you might have read a new book, so they have introduced Kasra now.
No, there's no new book. I was just testing the class, and I was just testing the class there.
No issues. I'm just joking. So it is what? That huruf at-tayna will be mazmum and kalimatul ayn would be?
Yeah, you put maksura, it's called.
Maftuhul ayn.
Maftuh, that's it, yeah.
Yes. So we can say that alamatu muzari would be mazmum and it would be maftuhul ayn in fa'ilul muzari, right? Like yansuru, yunsaru. From yansuru, yunsaru. From yadribu, yuzrabu. Because kalimatul ayn of nasara yansur is mazmum and kalimatul ayn of zaraba yadribu is maksur. And kalimatul ayn of sami'a yasma'u is maftuhul ayn. So in all these cases, there kalimatul means a huruf atayna, the first letter would be mazmum and kalimatul ayn would be maftuh in fa'ilul muzari. Is that clear?
Yes, sir, that's clear.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If the fa'ilul muzari is marfu, what is the identification of rafa?
There's a fatha. Sorry, when the fi'l mudari is marfu.
Yes.
Identification is it has a dhamma at the end. On the last letter.
Yansurani is a zamma?
No, it's not. But when the
But it is marfu.
marfu is when there's a dhamma on the single one, and when there's a waw, alif noon on the
But how can we means what is the way to understand that fa'ilul mudari is at the moment marfu? It is not majzoom, it is not mansoob, it doesn't have any other i'rab. So it is
Because of
marfu.
alif noon. Because of alif noon.
Now something else.
We look at the sighas, Ustad, no?
But then we can say, if it means I'm using lam, lan, adhan, adin, kai. Okay. So if there is absence of all these huruf nasib and jazma, so that is what marfu, alamatul rafa. Means we can say the fa'ilul mudari is marfu because there's no amil before fa'ilul mudari. Amil means like lam, adin, kai, lan. If there's no lamma, if there's no amil, in the absence of any amil, fa'ilul mudari is marfu. Simple as this. Like yansuru, yansurani, yansuruna, that is marfu. Yadribu, yadribani, yadribuna, marfu. Yasmau, yasmani, yasmauna, marfu. In the absence of any amil that comes before fa'ilul mudari, it is marfu, right?
Right, yeah, I get it, sir. I understand.
Eman, what did I say?
If there is no huruf awamil before mudari, then it is marfu.
Okay, and awam, can you identify any of the awamil or amil?
Lam, lan, la. سوف
La,
see.
not la. If we say la nahi,
Okay. لا منفي.
one is la nafi and one is la nahi. Do you remember the
Okay.
difference? What is the
لا
difference?
لا نهي that's مرفوع.
La nahi. What is la nahi?
Oh no, لا نفي is مرفوع. If you use the لا نفي, then that's مرفوع. But if you use لا نهي, then it's jazm at the end.
Majzum. Very good.
مجزوم.
Okay. But I say when you bring la before felul muzare, it also brings change. And when you bring la nahi, that also brings change. What, can you differentiate the changes? The changes brought by la nafi and by la nahi. Can you differentiate?
Nafi is negation and nahi is order.
Okay, no. Change means what change? What is the change that is brought by la nafi? Means we can also say express in very simpler terms.
As in the Arab, sir.
Nafi, it will change the meaning and nahi will change the Arab.
Very good. Means la, when we use la nafi, that brings change in the meaning. Okay, means change in the meaning. And also when we bring la nahi, that also brings change in the meaning, but also change in the Arab, right? And Arab means that makes felul muzare majzoom, like la tansur, la tadrib, la tasma'. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm not saying la yazrib. I'm saying la tazrib, la tasma, because that is the command of means that is what prohibition to second person. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So we can now come to the conclusion that the awamil are of two types. Awamil means any word that comes before felul muzare. They are of two types. One, those bring change in the meaning. Number two, those bring change into the Arab. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So ma and law, they bring change in, means ma and la nafi. That bring change in?
Meaning.
In meaning. Very good. Very good. And if we bring change, means if there is seen and sof, what kind of change they bring?
Arab.
It becomes
No.
mansub.
Meaning, it will mean
mansub.
future tense. Meaning.
Future tense, meaning. An example from Quran, from Surah Al-Baqarah, from the very first or second ruku.
سوف تعلمون.
No, from Surah Al-Baqarah. Second ruku. Anyone from you? Hurry up. Example from Surah Al-Baqarah of scene, the second ruku. Shall I open the Quran?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see the sof? No, overhead not. Sorry. Yes. Can you see now? I was means second para and second ruku. There is difference.
سيقول
Yes.
سيقول.
So is there any scene?
Yes.
Yes.
There is.
What is the mean change in the means? What does it? What change
What
does it
they-
bring?
The
Mhm.
meaning.
Meaning. Like it turns into future.
Meaning. Future. سيقول
So
السفهاء. Yes.
So they will say.
Yes.
I mean?
Very good. Okay. Then Sof is used in Surah Takathur. What is the example?
Allah sawfa ta'lamun.
كلا سوف تعلمون. كلا سوف تعلمون. Yes.
سوف تعلمون. What is used in Surah An-Naba? Seen or Sof?
It's
دين.
Sure. What is that?
كلا سيعلمون.
كلا سيعلمون.
Allah saya'lam.
كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون.
كلا سيعلمون.
Okay, mashallah.
كلا سيعلمون. And even in Surah Al-Takathur, كلا
Very good.
سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون.
Okay, right. How does Surah Naba start?
عما يتساءلون.
عما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم.
عما يتساءلون عن
عن النبأ العظيم الذين هم فيه مختلفون.
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, actually, the purpose of this discussion is that whenever seen or sof or seen and sof are used before fi'l mudari, they specify the fi'l mudari with the meaning, and the meaning is changed to future. So these are the examples. سيقول السفهاء من الناس, and then سوف تعلمون, and other examples, right? Okay.
Yes.
If we bring lam before the means fi'l mudari, only lam. There's no nun takid thaqila or khafifa. Like if I say layadrusu hamidun, layadrusu hamidun. What do you think? What kind of change is over there?
Is that lam with kasra, sir? Li.
No, lam fath maftuh. La.
Okay. Okay.
La yadrusu hamidun.
Meaning becomes fi'il madi.
With lam. Can you think more? Like I can give you example. La yahzununi an tadhhabu bih. I will let you know definitely. There's no question about it.
Is it a certainty?
But
To do
what
with certainty, sir?
Okay, certainty, that is what is specific with present or future?
It's there for future.
This is for present.
All right. Okay.
But that means this discussion is actually I'm trying to involve you in brainstorming to understand and remember. So this is known as lam ibtidaiya, that lam that comes in the beginning of the fi'l al-mudari, and that does not come with nun takid thaqila. So when this such type of lam comes, this lam is specifies fi'l al-mudari with the meaning of present tense. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Sir, one more what I found, la zahaba. So what is the meaning for that la?
La
zahaba. La
Sister,
zahaba. जब
yes.
माजी
لا ذهب لا ذهب
لا
لا ذهب لا
not
ذهب
La zahaba, huh?
La dhahaba. We will discuss that. But at the moment, we are discussing Fi'l Mudari. Inshallah, we'll discuss that.
Okay,
Remember this thing. Inshallah.
Okay.
So this is Lam Ibtidaiya. When it becomes before Fi'l Mudari, the meaning is limited to present tense only. Okay? Okay, if there are words like ma, la, laysa, but we'll discuss that because you don't know them properly. That is, I think, enough from the meaning point of view. So remember, I have told you that seen and sof, if they are used before Fi'l Mudari, the meaning of the Fi'l Mudari is specified with future tense. Then we discussed about lam that comes in the beginning. When it is used before Fi'l Mudari, the meaning of the Fi'l Mudari is limited to present tense only. Okay, so these are the means awamil lafzi. Just a minute, I think there is someone. I'm coming. So what was the point? What was the point we're discussing? Are you here?
Mala and
No, no.
Laysa.
I'm not overburdening you today because that will be difficult. So seen and sof and lam. Okay, when we come to nawasib, nawasib means all those words when we use before Fi'l Mudari, they change the i'rab of Fi'l Mudari to nasab. They make them mansub. So remember there are four. An, lan, kai, idhan. Just telling you today, but we'll discuss the meaning in detail. An, lan, kai, kaf, zabariya, kai, and idhan. Okay, when they are used before Fi'l Mudari, they bring the change of i'rab, means the i'rab of Fi'l Mudari that becomes from marfu to mansub. So they are nawasib, means the word that brings nasab to Fi'l Mudari. Okay, what are the changes they bring? An, lan, kaizan, we'll discuss inshallah in detail. Don't worry about that. And what are those words they bring jazm to Fi'l Mudari? Jawazim. They are known as jawazim. Those words they bring jazm to Fi'l Mudari. What are they? What are they called? Jawazim. Can you repeat?
Jawazim.
Jawazim. There are
Jawazim.
four. There are four. Lam, lamma, lam, lamma, lai, nahi, and lam amar. Lam, lamma, lai, nahi, and lam amar. I told you there are four nawasib. An, lan, kai, idhan. There are four words they bring jazm to Fi'l Mudari. They are lam, lamma, lai, nahi, and lam amar. Will you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Lam, lamma, la nahi, and lam amr. They bring
Okay.
jazm.
And
What's
nawasib?
it called?
Yes. And nawasib?
Nawasib is
The
An,
fourth.
lan,
كي إذا
kaifa, izan. Kai izan.
إذا
Okay.
is it just four, sir, for nawasib? Or is there more?
Yes. Four nawasib.
Okay, just four. Okay.
Yes. An, lan, kai, idhan. Yes, brother Amr, repeat them.
أن لن كي إذا
And what are the jawazim? Yes, Aman, jawazim. Aman, we cannot hear you. Okay, Sister Rida, what are the jawazim?
Lam, lamma, lai, nahi, la, amar. La amar.
Lai amar. Okay,
Lai
means the
amar.
lam that is used with fel means amar.
Amar.
Can you give example?
Li tudrab.
Li tudurab. Okay. And li tadrib as well?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So for the sake of repetition, I'm going to repeat whatever we have learned today. I will share the notes with you, but for summarizing them, we learned the definition of Falul Mudare. You already knew that, but for the sake of understanding and developing our further understanding. Number two, I told you about Huruf Atina, and you also knew about them. Then we learned about some of the identification marks of Fi'l Mudari, the words they come before Fi'l Mudari, like Seen, Sawfa, Lam, and Lan, right? Then we discussed about Fi'l Majhul, what is the method of forming Fi'l Majhul from Fi'l Mudari. And then we also discussed something about Fi'l Majhul of Fi'l Lazim, okay? Then we discussed about Awamil, like when the Fi'l Mudari is means marfu, and what is the role of awamil? Do they bring change into the meaning only or to the era of the Fi'l Mudari? So we learned about that. Then nawasib, that what is the work of nawasib? I mean, so what are the nawasib? Four: an, lan, kaidan. Then the jawazim, that is lam, lamma, la, amar, and la, nahi. So inshallah, we are going to meet tomorrow with more and hope to discuss many things and complete them. Inshallah, very soon with the grace of Allah Almighty. So I think today is enough, and see you tomorrow. That's it.
Okay, so inshallah.
So
So I'll
tomorrow 1 p.m. 1 p.m. PST
1
time.
p.m. sister, 1 p.m. sister. 1 p.m.
Okay.